Hi Virgo, this is your October horoscope reading for 2018. So Virgo for 2018, let's see what's in store for Virgo for 2018. We'll start with the beginning of the month. Beginning of the month for Virgo. 2018. Okay. Alright, guys. So let's see. So, classic Virgo issue, 10 of Wands, starting off the beginning of the month. Definitely got too much on your plate. You know, in the traditional tarot, I think I have, let me see if I can find the card here. The traditional tarot, it's a guy holding 10 wands, and he like can barely carry them. That's kind of what the essence of this card is all about. It's just like you got too much on your plate. You know, you're not asking for help from anybody around you. Let's see if I have the card here. Gosh, this is like the last. Oh, here it is. So see, this is the card here. So see, some of the tarot, it looks more like, this one I don't find it really looks like he's struggling with it, but anyways, definitely need to ask for help for sure. And you know, there could be an air sign, a teenager or a younger person in your life that might speak the truth to you about that, about how, you know, it could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. So about how, you know, you're working too many hours. It could be your daughter, your niece. It could be like just a youthful energy, maybe somebody that you work with. I'm definitely feeling that you start the month off with a positive attitude despite having all of this responsibility. You know, you're not afraid of hard work, Virgo, so it's not like bogging you down. You have so much you want to do. And you really just have a real positive attitude and in a take charge kind of way. Now that being said, I am feeling like you might have a shift or a change of heart in terms of your career. Maybe you don't get that promotion at work that you were expecting. And this happens around the 6th, 7th of October, right around when Venus starts to retrograde. Now, if I confused you last month and I talked about Venus retrograding September 5th, that's the shadow of Venus retrograding. This month it actually retrogrades, I think it just goes into the sign of Scorpio on October 6th to November 16th. Then the shadow again till December 18th. So around that time, I feel like you're going to have a change of heart in terms of your career. Like the Six of Wands is showing up in reverse. Like I said, maybe you won't be acknowledged at work for all that hard work that you've been doing. It takes away your power, Seven of Wands in reverse, and makes you start to think about, so we have the 20 major arcana in reverse, you know, reviewing everything. You just kind of puts you into a tailspin of, where did I go wrong? What haven't I done? Like, because you literally have been doing it all. So let's see for the middle of the month for Virgo. Month of October, middle of the month for Virgo. Middle of the month for Virgo. Okay, so around that new moon that happens in Libra. So the moon happens in Libra on the 8th and 9th. I am definitely seeing, you know, maybe an Aquarius influence on you, or it could also be a Scorpio or Cancer for the moon card. The Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra for the star card. Mostly Aquarius. Anyway, the moon, that new moon kind of shines a light on where you kind of went wrong, the illusions you might have had, and where, you know, I feel like it brings clarity to what you need to cut out. So Queen of Swords in reverse, or who you need to cut out. Maybe it is an Aquarius or a Libra or a Gemini that you need to cut out of your life. You know, because I feel like somebody or something is blocking your progress or blocking you from taking action. But, you know, whoever this Aquarius is is in your life, or has a strong Aquarius influence, you know, they're helping you to see, to look to the future with hope and optimism. Now, that being said, some illusions are getting smashed around this moon time. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm just going to look what it says. And I have this interesting little booklet that I find gives a kind of a different take on things sometimes. I feel like I'm missing something with that moon card. Nope. Okay, so we'll just keep moving on. Might come to me later. Definitely, I feel like maybe what it brings is that moon brings, or that new moon brings, is you start to see, because it's in Libra, so Libra will often bring up relationships or how you relate in the world. Like, it'll bring that to your awareness. So I feel like maybe you're realizing, oh, you know, maybe that, you know, this influence here that is giving you the straight shooter in your life that's telling you, you know, how you are maybe working too many hours and it's taking away from, you know, you're giving too much, maybe you're trying to please too many people. There's some kind of insight that comes about during that new moon, okay? And it might be a little bit, it would normally come to you in a way that would feel like criticism, but I feel like for you, it's a more positive insight that you get, even though it's not a positive insight, if that makes sense. You know, so it's like, oh, I'm working too many hours, I'm trying to please too many people. You know, sometimes we would feel bad about that mistake, but in this case, you're like, oh, that's it. It's not because I'm not good enough. It's just because, you know, I don't need to be doing as much, right? Like, it's kind of that kind of an epiphany. Now, I am seeing you falling in love, or could be falling in love for some of you that are not in a relationship. This can occur mid-month, around the 16th, 17th, 19th. So you're definitely in a real positive state here. We have the Nine of Cups and the Prince or the Knight of Cups coming up. Now, this person that you fall in love with, or this idea that you fall in love with, it could be younger or very romantic, dramatic, maybe flirtatious, probably a water sign, a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. Okay? I feel like it comes about when you just recognize who you need to cut out. So the Queen of Swords, who you need to cut out. So let's see the end of the month for Virgo. End of the month for Virgo. End of the month for Virgo. Okay. All right, guys. So the end of the month, it looks like to me that, all right, that full moon in Taurus that happens on the 24th of October definitely brings up some feelings of boredom, discontentment, you know, and it's really an indication that you're not really seeing the full picture. I feel like you recognize that right away. Like, you don't let that go on too long. Maybe leading up to that full moon, you were really thinking about and planning the Three of Wands. This card is like key in most people's readings this month. This Three of Wands coming up, and it's just about planning for the planning long term, planning the future. And for you, I feel like, you know, because I got the 2 4s and the 3 in the middle. So 4 Emperor, 3 of Wands, and 4 of Cups. So I feel like after the full moon passes, you really start to plan ahead and try to figure out how to get yourself in order and using logic and structure, because, you know, around that full moon, you just weren't seeing things clearly up until that point, and then it's just like, okay, you know what? I just have to kind of get my ducks in a row, and you start getting a plan happening classic Virgo, you know, classic Virgo behavior, getting all the details sorted out so that you can kind of figure out what's going on. Now, there is, going back to that romantic water sign that came up kind of out of nowhere, you know, you might not feel like you can trust that person, and you might kind of want to move away from them. You might have this feeling where it's like, you know, this is really nice, but I have to get my stuff in order. I don't have time for this, so don't worry too much about that. They might remind you, Six of Cups, of someone from your past. Ultimately, I feel like, you know, it would serve you to open your heart. Maybe just take your time, you know, maybe just open your heart, take your time. You might feel more at the beginning of next month, like epiphanies, and like you want to begin a new intimate relationship. But for now, like, I feel like you kind of go back and forth. Like, you feel like it might be a distraction. You want to get yourself in order in other areas. And so this water sign, this Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, might kind of be getting in the way of that. Now, if you don't have a water sign in your life, just remember that we're not just our sun sign. So, you know, we have a moon sign, we have, some of us have more water in our chart than other people, so it could be that. It could also be just your emotions are coming up. Water symbolizes your emotions, so keep that in mind too. So let's see if there's anything else for Virgo for the month of October. Anything else for Virgo for the month of October? I definitely think, you know, that full moon definitely gets you on the right track and gets you sorted out. There might be some kind of unexpected new opportunity that pops up around that time, because I don't know if I said it in this video or not, but Uranus, I think, is opposing the moon. And anyways, it's going to definitely create some kind of fun surprise like Uranus likes to do. So let's see if there's any other messages for Virgo for the month of October. Virgo for the month of October. Ooh, everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. Okay, guys, so that means be patient, make those plans, Three of Wands, remember. And, you know, in true Virgo style, just get yourself in order and everything will be A-okay. Definitely some changes are on their way for you. Change of heart on your part for the most part, it looks like. I will talk to you again here next month. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Definitely subscribe. If you need a more personal reading, contact me with the information below. Take care.